my god, True Review is right here! Top 10 unconvincing villains in gaming. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert. Like that's gonna stop anyone from moaning. Will.I.Am. Hitting this list off is the old man of the mountain himself, Will.I.Am from the first Assassin's Creed game. Having sent us off all over the place at his beck and call because this apparently is teaching us a lesson, Altair decides to call him out on his hypocritical bullshit. The Master's tactic to this is basically dodge the question by making us feel bad, and then making us forget the whole thing by giving us a shiny new toy. But it did occur to me that everything wasn't above board when Altair would ask, "Why these men?" and the Master would reply, "Here you go, Altair, a shiny new sword." And Altair would be all like, "Ooh, shiny new sword," and then go off and kill someone else. So when it gets revealed that the Master is really a I was all like, seriously? I thought that was established early on. So yeah, pretty unconvincing. Harry Flynn. It seems to be a recurring element in the Uncharted series that if Nathan has another dude with him during climbing stages, then that person's going to turn on him at some point. None more so proved this to us than Harry Flynn in the second instalment. Whilst Nathan Drake is basically what you'd get if you got Indiana Jones to mate with a can of Red Bull, Harry is what would happen if you got Duke Nukem to mate with a can of Red Bull. Harry Flynn is the phrase, "I am so f***ing in love with myself," in human form, and since we don't know the geezer, yet Drake and Flynn appear to be busy mates, then we begin to not like the character. Even more so when he starts coming off as a greedy bastard to the point where we're all thinking, so when's this guy gonna betray us then? And some surprise that was when he finally did, eh? Colonel Barnes Bey. Despite Bound in Blood being quite a decent game with loads of shooting, side missions, Indians, and for some strange reason, church bells that could be heard whilst underground, I did take issue with the main villain of the game. So, okay, sure, I get the fact that Barnes Bey wants to bring the two brothers to justice because they abandoned their post during the Civil War, though I doubt that would have made a difference anyway. But when asked, why do you want to reignite the Civil War? Barnes Bey's answer is basically because he really wants black slaves. And then any of the seriousness I was feeling for this game just dissipated like a fart in the wind. The reason being is because it was a completely shit and redundant reason to start a war. Putting the elephant in the room to the side because I'd rather not get into another flame war, but I just didn't think that his reason held up. By restarting the Civil War, you're spending untold amount of money, destroying countless lives, ruining huge sections of the country and possibly losing your own life in the process. Whereas, if you were to just hire someone to be your housekeeper or butler or whatever, then everyone would win. No one dies and everyone's earning a living. But maybe that's not good enough, and after the country is in flames and black people are beneath Barnes Bey's boots, then only then will this country finally prosper. Yeah, sorry Barnes Bey, but I'm just not feeling it.
Lane Goodman.
343 Guilty Spark. Now, it's not that this is a particularly bad character or anything, it's just that he's forgettable. Being an AI program means that he has no personality in this case, which in turn means that he's not leaving an impression on us. When he starts going on about whatever it is, we all just phase out. Or perhaps that was just me. Okay then, opinion alert. The Prophets made an impression on me. I can tell you all about them because of their rich backgrounds and personalities. The Flood made an impression on me. I can tell you all about them because of their twisted nature and impacts they had upon you when you first discover them. 343 Guilty Spark did not have an impression on me. I can't tell you anything about him because the game doesn't give you a good enough reason to become invested in him. GLaDOS has personality and had made an impression on me. Shodan has personality and has made an impression on me. 343 Guilty Spark does not have a personality, and so when it gets revealed that he's actually a bad guy, I just didn't care because I had no emotions invested in him to begin with for me to be affected by his apparent betrayal. I just didn't care, and from what I can see, it seems that I'm not the only one who thought that. This is all opinions, by the way. I'm entitled to them just as you are entitled to yours. Next.
Take me down, 6 underground.
Alduin! Alduin is essentially the antagonist of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, but despite having quite a dramatic entrance, his presence in the game just starts to dwindle to the point where we're starting to forget about him. Sure, he gets talked about a lot, but you never really see him, apart from the occasional moments where you just catch a small glimpse of him flying away in the other direction. Oh, but then you've got to fight him on top of a mountain! Oh, you've just killed him. Actually, no, you haven't killed him. You've still got to go into the afterlife and kill him again. Oh, but he's more powerful here, and he eats people's souls! Oh, you've just killed him again. And that was the main quest in Skyrim. The problem is that for a creature called Worldender, he just wasn't in it enough, and constantly talking about him isn't going to set up our expectations any higher because we're hearing a lot about him, but not seeing much. So all of these titles like Worldender and King of Dragons or whatever just didn't mean anything to me when we kill him, quite easily, on both occasions when we fight him. Is there anyone out there who can provide me with a decent challenge? The Chairman! Ikutski, or the Chairman of Seas, is the Chairman of Seas, if you haven't guessed by now. For most of the game, he operates as the party's club leader and school support figure. And to begin with, he seems alright and supportive to you and the rest of the team. However, there was a conversation not long after the beginning which made me call him out on his true intentions, and it turns out that I was right to. In one conversation, he's addressing the group about the nature of the shadows. At one stage, he also mentions that in total, there are 12 powerful shadows, to which Fuka is able to confirm using her persona. But whilst everyone else just sat there and went, please continue, I was all like, no, stop a second, I think we've just missed something important there. How is it that he knows how many shadows there are when he isn't even a persona user? What, does he detect them using his haircut or something? And from that point on, I knew he was going to betray us. Which he did. And what a cutscene that was. He's all like, ha ha ha, I'm going to become a god by destroying this world because that makes sense for some reason. Now stay on those crucifixes while I shoot Mitsuru's dad. Now that I've done that, I'm going to kill myself because it'll make for a dramatic cutscene. Ha 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 ha. And the only possible reaction you can give to this is, So that's how I'm going to leave this entry. Luigi! I've just realised that his name sounds like Opie from Family Guy was trying to say Luigi. The unknown sidekick of the not-so-famous version of Mario is in at number 4. I mean, even Luigi has had a hard time trying to get into the spotlight because his brother is hogging the show. And whilst I do like Wario, Wario isn't as popular as Mario. So how do you think his sidekick is faring? Know of any Waluigi games of recent days? Look, not that I'm trying to be harsh to this guy, but what purpose does his existence serve? Why is he there? He's basically a taller, only slightly less evil version of Wario. And we already have Wario. So I'm sorry, but I can't take this guy seriously. Next. It was those 3 words to save my life. Lyric! What kind of a name is Lyric anyway? Right, so you've got this new Sonic game that will hopefully be the one to pull the series out of the circle of hell that it's created for itself, but then you realise that the main villain is called Lyric, and you're all like, well, I'm gonna wait for the next Sonic game to come out instead. Even before you get to him, you don't feel threatened by him at all. His name alone is what killed it here. There's this evil entity that's going to destroy the world. Oh shit, what's it called? It's called Lyric. Stop saying stupid things. But let's think about it for a second. Bowser is a well-established and liked antagonist. Eggman is a well-established and liked antagonist. Lyric? Who the fuck is Lyric? Your Honour, I rest my case. It takes 2, baby. It takes 2, baby.
Do you consider that a victory?
Oh, just shut up and die already. What? What?
Oh, I thought he'd never shut up.
One more time,
Ganon! The top entry. The best of the worst. the #1 most unconvincing video game villain ever, and it happens to be a well-known and highly respected antagonist. What an ironic turn of events this is, when Ganon from The Legend of Zelda makes it in at #1 in the Philips CDI version of the Zelda games in Link the Faces of Evil. A completely laughable performance, terribly written lines, horrible voice acting, and an endgame boss you can kill by throwing a single item at him. There is no doubt in my mind that the so-called villain of this game cannot be taken seriously above all, and for that reason alone, this game's version of Ganon wins the #1 spot on this list. I finished! But if you happen to be a Philips CDI game, then like and subscribe, and get following on Twitter for all of the true review updates and news by clicking the Twitter icon. Peace out, y'all!